The 40 million black people in America are the role models for 1.8 billion black people in the world. When we say something's cool, it's cool in Tibet. When we say something's a dud, it's a dud in North Korea. We have mastered culture, community, and cool and creativity, yes or no? So now all we have to do is switch, become bilingual, and master capitalism, commerce, and a new community. Don't go from rocking the mic to owning it. So I want you to just shift your brain. In other words, you are the capital. You already have what you need. When you walk in a room, you are unique. Everybody wants to be you, except they don't want to be black.
The black community is more loving, more forgiving, more accepting than we have any right to expect them to be.
But black people saved me. Their culture, their music, their resilience.
I'm talking about with my sister-in-law how white people do not move over for you.
If you're not black and black people invite you to the cookout, that means they think you're all right. And I've been invited to a cookout, and I'm pretty fired up about it.
Black people saved me. And it's not some tagline. I was born on the streets of South Korea. I begged for money every day, door to door. I got taken from my biological family, put in a home, adopted or sold to an American family that had really great intentions. Really great intentions. But they were ill prepared, and the system was just messed up. And life didn't really become easier, it became tougher. But black people saved me. Their culture, their music, their resilience. And one day, I hope everyone sees the beauty.
I just absolutely love black people. Just want to put that out there. I love black. How I didn't mention anything about how I didn't like white people, about how white people aren't beautiful, and about how white people aren't good. You notice how I didn't mention white people at all in this entire video. And yet, due to the nature of white people wanting to center in themselves and everything, I can guarantee you that my comments will be flooded with a bunch of racist people saying either, well, you should love both people. I love all people regardless of color. Or, what about white people? Check the comments and watch this.
So this is probably going to be very controversial. I feel more safe in a space shared with black men than I feel very unsafe in a space shared by white men. Now, before y'all get your panties in a wad and get all pissed off about this, when I am surrounded by a bunch of white men, I'm constantly looking around. I have no fear in a room full of black men. The reason why, when I go to the movies, I don't worry that a black man's gonna up the movie theater. When I go to my church, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the church. When I go to the mall, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the mall. When I go to my children's school, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the school. Black men will target one or two or three individuals. White men will go schools, movie theaters, churches, your grocery store. So before you say that you're worried about being surrounded by black men, you better think about that.
When are we going to finally have a real conversation about the reason why people really don't like black people? When are we really going to talk about how black people are the most compassionate, caring, nurturing, providing, forgiving, sacrificing culture of all? Black people are more resilient, more forgiving, more understanding, and more resilient than any other people. And we are the least violent, the least colonizing, the least destructive, the least invasive out of all. But somehow, everybody's scared of us. Everyone fears black people. But all of you guys kill us. All of you guys exploit us. All of you guys, it doesn't seem like y'all are scared of us. It sounds real fishy. Because y'all don't act like you're afraid. You do all the things that we should be afraid of. But then y'all are afraid of us. Yeah, somebody's fucking capping, bro. We need to wake up, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna say this because it's true, but I'm not saying it because I'm racist. I'm talking about with my sister-in-law how white people do not move over for you. I go to a PWI. I have stopped moving over for white people. I have bumped into so many white people. They take up the whole sidewalk. They walk in groups. When you're sitting down and you have like your leg crossed, they want you to move their leg. I have this girl in my comparative government class. I sit down with my leg crossed and she just stands there. And I'm like, I literally stopped moving for her. I stopped moving for her because you can't say excuse me. You can't form those words out of your mouth. You have no home training, none at all, and it pisses me off. But anyways, that's my rant for today. Have a lovely day, guys.
If you're not black and black people invite you to the cookout, that means they think you're all right. And I've been invited to a cookout, and I'm pretty fired up about it.
But some of that's the meat now. Okay. All right, now take the center and break it in half.
Don't try to break this crab with your fingers. I already cut myself.
Hey, he gonna pick it over there.
Say what you will, but this white guy is just going to celebrate that little victory. It makes me feel good that at least I'm not someone that they see as giving them more things to worry about.
It's gonna be a little controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel more comfortable around black people, being the only white person in this entire place. My little family is the only white people, and I feel more comfortable than I would in a festival with more white people, majority of white people. Sit here in the middle of this group eating a delicious food. Yeah. Everyone's so kind. You don't have to worry about judgment. I can put some baked beans on the baby's tray without people staring at me like I'm just a dirty bitch. Because people, I don't know how to say this without it being fucking twisted. Black people do not judge you like white people do. I felt welcome the entire time I was here. I mean this in the most respectful way towards black people, because I don't want this to be twisted at all. We had the Juneteenth Festival, Martin Luther King Park, Rochester, New York. I feel so comfortable and welcome. We just came from the Market Fest in College Town in Rochester. I felt judged as fuck. Baby wanted to run around. He didn't have shoes on. He only had socks on. People were staring. Here, we're just comfortable. We're just enjoying our time. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, yeah.
I made a video the other day that kind of blew up about gingers being black. And the outpour of love from black people is amazing. I made a video the other day about some politic thing, just a little light work, and I got so much hate from white people. Like, it is absurd. It's completely opposite, and everyone tries to act like black people are so mean. They're the nicest people. It's literally the white people. So we hope you really do mess with gingers, because we are here to stay and we love it. Also, on a side note, I just dropped my daughter off at school, so if you can't love me at drop off, you don't deserve me at pick up. And if you're a mom, you get that for sure.
I'm going to cry again. Y'all are going to make fun of me again, but go ahead, because there are some things that are worthy of tears. And I have been learning over the past few months that the Black community is more loving, more forgiving, more accepting than we have any right to expect them to be. And it's overwhelmed me in a good way. So a couple of months ago, I posted a video because I had been thinking about why is it that throughout centuries on continents all over the place that Black people have been targeted for such horrific treatment and such oppression. Why this group? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, there's something special. They have to, there's something special. Do you have some magic or some power? And I posted that as a question. In the comments, I learned the answer in the comments, but not in the way you think. Now, there were people who gave me good information about historical concepts and things like that, and I'm still learning about that. But what I mean is, in the way they responded to my comments, I can see that there is something special, and that is just by genuinely asking a question, because I want to stop it. I want the world to be different. I don't want this to happen again, and people keep being treated like that. The vast majority of the Black people who commented on my video were so like, we love you, sis. Here's what you need to know. Or, just for asking the question, we love you and we accept you. And I'm like, I got mad at somebody at the HEB for cutting in front of the line of me. And you can forgive, a whole race of people when we come to you and say, we're sorry and we want to learn. That level of love and acceptance and forgiveness is really jaw-dropping to me, and that shows me a bit of what I was asking. Yes, there are other gifts and talents and historically things that set the Black race apart, but I saw in my comments how kind, how loving, almost to a degree that I can't even fathom. And I go back and read those comments a lot, and I want to just thank everybody who took the time to speak to me. A couple of you were like, why are you so nervous in this video? I was nervous because these are conversations that I want to have, but I'm not sure I know how to start them or have them without being offensive, because I know there are all kinds of things. I am just learning the roots of certain words that I say, that I grew up saying, that I had no idea were racist. And so I'm a little bit terrified, because I want to learn. I want you guys to adopt me. It's what I want, but I want to learn, and I'm afraid that I don't even have the right words to start the learning. But, and some of that in my video was sadness and shame that I knew racism was real. I've worked in the criminal justice system, and I have seen it firsthand. But I missed so much until I started raising biracial children. And I'm ashamed that it took it being personal to me before I realized how deep the racism ran. So to all of you who took the time to comment, and those of you who have been so kind, and to the few of you that said, we don't trust you and we're not giving you our secrets, I respect you too. I wouldn't trust me if I were you. That's why the majority of people who are so free to say, come on in, sis, we got you. It has meant more to me than I can say. Thank you. Go love your neighbor.
History is teaching white Americans how white slave owners raped, beat, humiliated, mutilated, murdered, and cannibalized their slaves. Accurate history is teaching that George Washington's false teeth were made out of his slaves' teeth. Accurate history is teaching that Abraham Lincoln may have said some words and signed some shit, but he did not physically do anything to free the slaves. The white abolitionists also often get almost total credit for freeing the slaves. I bet you've never even asked yourself what the slaves were doing to free themselves, and the answer to that is most of the fucking work, including giving the ultimatum of war. But then we get a bunch of white people mad that their kids might feel guilty if we teach real history. It's not about your white child's feelings. Teaching accurate history isn't about white people's feelings. But that does sound like something that someone who's only ever been taught a white glorifying version of history would counter with. Ask why we ever felt like we needed to curate a false version of what white people did and did not do to black people to begin with. And then ask yourself why white-ass politicians are verbally attacking real history by calling it slurs, which is, by default, also the act of calling black people slurs.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people because, let's get deep into this, because in reality, they have the knowledge that most people don't have. Like, the only reason why people know how to farm is because of the black community. The only reason why we have the music that we have today is because of the black community. There wouldn't be no rock or metal if it wasn't for blues and jazz. There wouldn't be pop music if it wasn't for disco. There's a lot of things that they created that white people never did. White people really don't have that deep of knowledge. It's either stolen ideas or they're bought. Let's be real. What did white people really invent? You could say Tesla from Elon Musk, but he didn't make that. It was a stolen idea. If you go read what he did, he literally stole the whole business. You could say Trump, but what did Trump do? Stolen ideas, copied somebody else's ideas, just like his speeches. It's like a lot of white people just copy people. I mean, look at the dances on here. Who created those dances? The black community. And that's why this app's so boring right now, because it's not because all this stuff that's going on and the negativity. The black community literally just took their energy away. That's why this app was positive, because a lot of the white people were copying their dance move, copying this, copying that, and they stopped doing it, stopped posting on here, because none of you will give them the credit or the acknowledgement that they created that dance move or that idea. Before this land was taken, white people had no clue what the fuck to do. They were taught their language, they were taught how to farm, they were taught how to season their food that they still don't know how to do. That's another thing, seasoning. All their favorite foods, barbecuing. You love the barbecue, right? That was the black community's idea. This is why they are chosen. They have the knowledge that most people don't have. There's a possibility there is white people who are chosen, because let's face the facts. What happened during the Roman times and the slavery and all this other stuff, the black women were getting raped. So they were having their children. So there might be a bigger chance than we think that a lot of white people might have possibly a little black in them. That's why white people are jealous of them, because they know they have no creative ideas. They don't know how to cook, some of them. They don't know how to do much anything. They have to copy and paste everything the black community does, because they have no ideas of their own, or they're jealous of their looks, jealous of their ding-dongs, whatever. Because their light is shining more than white people's. And honestly, the Bible says there's antichrists everywhere. The Antichrist, blah, blah, blah. But white people are the Antichrist. You have no Christ consciousness whatsoever. If anything, you try to erase Christ consciousness. I mean, look at all of you right now in this day and age. But yeah, none of you has Christ consciousness. Most white people are full of hate. And a lot of black people are full of love. How do I know this? Because the black community treated me better than my own race. Let's just face the facts right there. The black community has treated me better than the white people. Back to the Antichrist, though. You had Jim Jones, you have Trump, you have a bunch of white people always saying they're trying to save the world, and they always don't. Those are Antichrist. Always white people doing it. But yeah, most of our knowledge that we know today, the music we have today, the foods we have today, is all from the black community's ideas, which is Christ consciousness, and God gave that knowledge for a reason.
Thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for watching those amazing clips. So what happened in those clips are some of the whites that came out and said they felt more connected, more loved, more accepted in the black community than the white community. Some of them gave an answer that surprised many people. They said they have felt welcome by black communities during different moments in their life. Some talk about neighbors who look out for them, friends who treated them like family, and communities where they felt they belong. And you see, and so some people expect that it will not be like this in the black community. But nevertheless, this set of white of people came out to speak about their own experiences they have in the black community.